Hi friends, today we are making an Asian grocery haul. So we did an Indian grocery haul a few months ago and many of you found it helpful. And today we needed a few things from the Asian store, so we thought of filming it for you, and you might find it interesting for yourself or get some ideas for the next time that you're going to an Asian grocery store. So the bill came to a total of $125 and a few cents, and many of these items will last us for a few months, like the dried stuff, the mushrooms and the dried noodles, and the fresh produce we will be using them up in the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty good deal for us. And some of the items that we got, you don't necessarily need to go to an Asian store to get them. You can just get it from a regular store, like the pineapple or the bananas. But since we were already there, so we just got these from there. So let me show you what we got. First, I saw these pineapples that were on sale. So they were like 2 for $5. So I got a couple of these. Then I saw these sugar apples. So I guess they are in season at the moment because they're not always there. And I haven't had them in a while, so I was pretty excited to get them. They smell very nice, although they are a little bit pricey. So they were like $6 per pound, so that came not so cheap. And then I got some bananas, so just regular bananas. Also, what I like to get from Asian stores are these fresh mushrooms. They are a lot cheaper than getting them from regular stores. So these are king oyster mushrooms, and I also got some Enoki mushrooms. You probably have seen these in one of our recipes, which is the coconut curry noodle soup. So they add a lot of flavor in soups and stir fries. I also got some oyster mushrooms. These are okra. So, and then I got some lemongrass. So I like to use them in sauces, curries, but I also like to make tea with them, so just infused. I already have another video that I've shared on the channel for a hibiscus lemongrass tea. So this is very nice to have. We have this tea very often. These are some chayotes. We use them in a number of recipes, and we have a couple of recipes using chayotes on the channel. So all these videos, I'll link them up for you in the description. And I also got some ginger, just regular ginger root. And these are some avocados. So they were cheaper at the Asian store compared to regular stores. Also, a vegetable that I like to get from the Asian store is this bottle gourd. I have a recipe with this vegetable on the channel. It's very tasty, and I like to use it in curries, or sometimes just saute with onions, garlic and tomatoes. So that's a nice vegetable to have. Then I got these taro roots. So I use them sometimes instead of potatoes. So just steam sometimes, or boiled, or I even put them in curries. So these are very nice. And also got these Jicama. So we have a few recipes on the channel using this vegetable, and I like to use them, sometimes just eat them raw with a bit of chili powder or pickle them. But on the channel we also have a stir fry and a curry recipe with these. And then these are just some purple potatoes. So again, sometimes just instead of regular potatoes we have them. And that's a coconut, a mature hard shell coconut. And then just regular sweet potatoes, the orange variety. And then I got some greens. So these are Chinese broccoli. They are also known as rapini. So I like to just saute them on their own, or sometimes put them in stir fries or soups. So they are very tasty. They have a slight bitterness to them, but I really like these ones. And these are mustard greens, so that's equally tasty, and they are actually very good for lowering cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol, that's a nice green to include in your diet. And then in the refrigerator section I got the some white miso paste. I already have some red miso at home, so I got some white this time. And these are some tofu blocks. This one is soft tofu, so that's like a silken tofu, and that one is regular tofu, but the texture is softer. So I like these ones because I like tofu to be a little bit softer than what you get at regular stores. So next I also got a couple of items from the frozen section. So these are some lime leaves. So that's very fragrant, and I'll use them in curries and sauces. And this is banana leaves. So I use them to steam stuff. So I sometimes make some rice preparation or some dessert, but I also use them to make tempeh. So that's a nice alternative to using plastic. And then I got some dried mushrooms. So dried Shitake mushrooms. This is a big pack and it will last probably a few months, 3 to 4 months. And this is one of our pantry staples. It's really a lifesaver for us sometimes when we are running low on vegetables, or we haven't gone grocery shopping yet. So we use this in a number of dishes, in stir fries, in soups. So, and they add a lot of flavor and texture to burgers as well. So I use them a lot. Also, that's some kombu or dried kelp. So again, for soups and stir fries. And this is another type of mushroom. It's the black fungus. So this one has a nice texture to it. And that's another fungus as well. That's the snow fungus. So again, for soups. Then I got some bean curd. So we have a recipe on the channel using these. These are soy based, but it's a nice alternative to using tofu. So you may want to check out this recipe. And then That's some sweet potato noodles. So these are nice as well. And finally, for the dried stuff, this is the brown rice vermicelli or brown rice noodles. So that's good for stir fries and soups. And then I also bought rice vinegar. So I like to get this from the Asian store because it's cheaper compared to regular grocery stores. So I use this in salads or to flavor sushi rice. So that's for that. I got some sambal oelek, which is our favorite chili sauce. Both Kevin and I, we really love this one. These are some jackfruit, so green jackfruit. We have a recipe with green jackfruit on the channel, so you may want to check this out. And these are organic coconut milk. So I like this brand because it's organic, and then the ingredients are just coconut extract and water. So there are no thickeners or gums or things like that. So that's the reason why I like to get this brand. So I think that's it. So I hope this grocery haul has been interesting for you. If you like this type of videos, then do let us know, and we might do more of these types of videos in the future. Whether it's if you want our regular produce grocery haul, or any other grocery haul, another Indian one, so just let us know. So I'll see you soon for a recipe video. Until then, bye bye.